This is the type of movie that a really cool aunt would bring their way too young niece or nephew to and would be the one to get them into film. Hey there, cinephiles. Today I'm reviewing Love Lies Bleeding, the latest A24 movie that follows Lou and Jackie as their relationship blossoms. That's definitely an oversimplification, as this is queer, romantic, sensual, comedic, dark, and well, a thriller. This is a movie that's definitely not afraid to be itself, and I respect the hell out of that. This stars Kristen Stewart, Katie O'Brien, Ed Harris, Dave Franco, and others. There's a lot of talent in this small town, and it leads to a very fun and twisty time. We don't necessarily follow any role models here, but it's the grimy truth in this that grounds this eccentric tale of crime, which does lead me to some interesting and at times conflicting feelings about this movie. In short, yes, this is a good movie and you should definitely check it out, but beware, it's not for everyone. However, if you're into weird, fun, artsy, hodgepodge genre films, then this is so worth checking out. Or if you're any one of my friends, I know most of you guys will like this. But before I continue going on recommending this film, I do wish it was a bit tighter. I just felt like it would be in certain areas for a bit too long and just kind of slow down when it didn't really need to. This might be because the characters aren't necessarily the deepest, not that they have to be, but if we're slowing down in the certain parts that we did, I would have liked a little bit more depth to them. The overall rhythm just did feel a bit off at times because it would go from being so punchy and pulpy to just almost grinding to a halt. Not completely, but you could just feel it slowing down. And hey, maybe if there was just like one more layer to this movie or to some of the characters, I wouldn't have felt that as much as I did. Katie O'Brien was almost my favorite performance in this film, but there's a section where you just kind of forget she's in the movie because she's not in it as much. And I just felt like that hindered her character a bit. But when she is on screen, I really like what she did with the character. As for Ed Harris, I just needed another scene of him at least. I really liked his presence. It was imposing, but I just needed more. I also really liked that it took chances when it did. By adding in some fantastical and weird elements, it just helped further set this apart from other movies out right now. If anything, it could have gone a bit further. But one thing I will say about this movie is that it will get a reaction out of a crowd. My press screening ended up having people who weren't critics in it, and it just added to the mood. This is something that is so multi-genre that when it goes from tone to tone and it does it well and the audience reacts to it, it just adds another fun element to it. Safe to say this is one of my favorite movies of the year so far, and it would not shock me in the slightest if this became a cult classic in the future. I give Love Lies Bleeding a 3.5 out of 5 stars. Go check this out with some friends because this is definitely a conversation starter and something you won't forget anytime soon. But alright, those are my thoughts on Love Lies Bleeding. Be sure to let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. As always, thank you guys for liking, commenting, and subscribing. Be sure to stay tuned for more Radio Films content, and I'll watch you later.